I've been doing the video. Tony has not paid me 1 naira. Today, her face will not show for once.
Thank you for joining us again. It's the Tgif edition of the headlines on Petals 102.3 FM Ibadan, your radio station. It's the first leg of the headlines. No, it's the Tgif edition. This beautiful Friday morning. My name is Tony Adeoye. Don't forget you can be a part of our platforms through these addresses. Official Maestro Petals on Telegram, and I'm glad to announce to you that from next week Friday we will be launching the Telegram live chats every Friday. So just stay tuned. Next week Friday you will not be missing out on the Telegram live chat. So tell this to your friends and your loved ones who have not been happy that the live chat on Telegram has not been coming up. Official Maestro Petals. Or you can drop your comments on that platform. We will take them shortly. On WhatsApp, the number to chat with is 070-555-66624. 070-555-66624. Your inquiries and advert placements can come in through that number. On what? Okay, yeah, that's WhatsApp. On TikTok, the handle is maestropetals.maestro. There we also have live chats Mondays to Thursdays. You get to drop your comments also on that platform. And that live chat is like TV, mini TV, so you get to see Maestro's face. From the website, the address is www.petals1023.com. www.petals1023.com. Adibisi Ogunjimi is here in the studio with me as usual. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining me.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
You're
Thank you for
blushing
having
this morning.
me blushing.
Is it the news about the grains that are going to be distributed that is making you blush?
Green tea. Tony, you know my stand on that kind of thing now. Distribution in Nigeria, I don't trust it. I've never trusted it. Anyway.
Well, the president has said we should not have negative thoughts.
It's not us having negative thoughts. We have had positive thoughts. We have trusted them. We have believed them in the past. Look where it got us. What the palliative? What did you get?
I didn't get nothing.
Now, the Yuletide distribution. What did you get?
Nothing.
So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? But you know, I kept asking Maestro about it on Wednesday, and he just said, okay, would we rather not do anything? You understand the point. So I think from that point of view, then we are going to just hope and see how this one turns out. Because honestly, I really want for it to turn out well. I want it to succeed. I want this idea to be able to alleviate the sufferings of the people. I want people to get what the government wants them to get. If they share the rice, if they share the grains, I want people to be able to come out and say, okay, this is the amount I got. This is what I got. This is what my household got. And it's been able to help us, at least for the past 2, 3, 4, 5 days. This is what we have been feeding on. See, it's what we love to hear, really. So we are not sadists. We are not saying we want it to work. So if it works, honestly, I will be pleasantly surprised and I will be happy for it. I just want it to work.
The government has also disclosed that it may embark on the importation of whatever shortfalls may be experienced to augment supplies. So with the ones they are going to distribute, if you know rich, they will bring in more from outside the country. And then the question is, what do we even have in the reserve in the first place?
Tony, why can't we, instead of this, why can't we just open the borders? Because as I sit here with you today, I do not know the status of our borders. I don't know if they are opened or still shut. Do you know? I don't know. We read different things every day. We don't know if they are shut. We don't know the ones that are open. We don't know the ones that are shut. So why can't we just ensure that these borders are open? All of them are open. All that should be opened are opened. and we can bring in food stuff. We can bring in stuff. Honestly, I would have preferred that we do that. Because this reserve we are talking about, what is the size of it? What is the quantity? How long will it sustain us? Because it's supposed to be a temporary solution to it. It's not. Are we going to rely totally on the reserves? So when we now need the reserves, what are we going to fall back on? That is what it is. It's supposed to be a reserve. It's supposed to be what we fall back on when there is drought, when there is famine. But now we are going to it now. We want to exhaust it. So are we supposed to rely on it totally? For how long are we going to be dishing it out? So how do we replenish it? These are the things that we want to believe are going to be in place before we begin to dish out this food, these grains.
Now, the Speaker of the House of Representatives has said they stand with Nigerians. That's the lawmakers, that they stand with Nigerians in their cry for better living standard, and that they feel our pain. Do they really feel our pain?
Let's not deceive ourselves. We cannot be here to think that any of them up there is feeling our pains. It's not possible. Even as we sit here, Tony, you and I also cannot even say that we are feeling the pains of some people. This life is all about levels. It's all about levels. So it's forbidden for them to be up there and be feeling our pains. The president cannot say he's feeling my pains. We are not on the same level. The House of even your local government chairman is not feeling your pains. He's not. The NLC chairman is not feeling your pains. They are on another pedestal. They are better off. And we are not being negative about it. We are not even angry about it. It's just the truth of life. Levels. You cannot be there and say you are feeling my pains. You don't have to even feel my pains. What you have to do is to try. Yes, we'll say if you can't feel it, then you might not be able to address it. I don't think that is true. Because you were not born, even for those that were born rich, you understand what it is to be hungry. When you are not always full. There are times you get hungry. So now imagine that, okay, somebody is in that situation perpetually. You are hungry, then they bring food, you eat it. Now imagine that food that they brought at that time, you didn't have access to it. Now imagine that, okay, when your house rent is due, or your tenant, whatever it is you pay on your house is due, imagine that you can't afford it and you are evicted from that property. That is the situation some people are faced with constantly. That's how some people live. They are hungry. They do not have up to 5,000. They don't have up to 1,000 in their accounts. That is the experience. That's the reality of some people. So if you can think like that, then you'll be able to address the situation. You'll be able to help that situation. Yes, we agree. We appreciate the fact that they want better living conditions for us, but they can't tell us that they are feeling what we are feeling. So they should not even bother about feeling what we are feeling, because we know we can't deceive ourselves that they are feeling it. They should just do their jobs. They are reps. They are there to speak for us. They are there to represent us. That is why they come back home. They left from us. So that's why when they get to Abuja there is the tendency and the possibility of them to get lost in the affluence of Abuja. You understand? So when they are inside the National Assembly complex, that's the paraphernalia of office. Everything might just make them forget the situation, the reality of their people. So that's why we want them to come back home. So when they have their recesses and they come back home, they see their constituents. It reminds them. It should remind them of what they have gone to Abuja to do. When they come home and they see that old woman that is struggling to put food on the table for our children, they see that man that doesn't have a job, that doesn't know how to cater for his children. They see young people, instead of being at work, they see young people just loitering around. You understand my point? Then they should be reminded. This is what it's supposed to do. It should remind them of their purpose and their responsibility, their representative status in Abuja. So that's why we always want them to come home. If they can't feel it, at least they can see it. And they should be able to work on what they see.
Now, on the NLC and TUC, they've given the federal government a 14-day ultimatum that after 14 days they will declare a national strike. Although the federal government is telling them to calm down, that a strike right now is not going to help the country. Instead, they want to dialogue. I sincerely don't even think the strike is going to hold. But this strike, the dialogue and all of that, the reason why they want to go on strike is because they feel the federal government has not upheld its own side of the bargain. The MOU that was signed in October 2023, that there be a minimum wage award for 6 months. But do you think the strike will hold? And do you see a mother of all strike?
See, it's not even about the strike, though. There is no time that a strike action is good for our economy. There is no time a strike action is good for our economy. So it's, even if NLC wants to go on strike now, I think I might even just support it. But see, what are we fighting for really? You know, I was even hearing that they said 200,000 naira is no longer workable as minimum wage. They want to collect in dollars. Now, then what are we working at? What exactly are we working at? Because, okay, if you start paying people, you start paying workers maybe 300,000, 400,000, that's inflation. And the higher this money gets, the more expensive things will become. So why don't we fight? Why don't we advocate for a better society, a better living condition? Why don't we advocate that things become cheaper? Rather than you asking for more money. Because if you ask for more money, they will give you more money with the right hand. They will collect it back with the left hand. The market women are waiting for you. Your landlord is waiting for you. Everyone is waiting on that increment. Once it is in fact, before implementation, immediately after announcement, know that the people that are going to collect it from you are ready. And you will still have to come back to say that it is not enough. Yorùbá ní nǹkan tó mú nípa màálù, òun náà ni ò ní jẹ́ kó tó pé. The purpose, you have a party. The purpose for killing that ram is the same thing that will allow it not to be enough. People are coming. That's why you want to kill your ram. You have a party. Is that same party? Ẹran máa tán náà ni.
Yeah, kò sí ẹran.
So it's if they pay workers minimum wage of 300,000 naira, 400,000 naira, we will still be back here. We will be back here because things are not going to be cheaper. Your landlord is going to increase the rent. Traders will increase their market. They will. Forget about it. Transporters will increase their fees. So what society are we going to have at the end of the day? What kind of society are we going to have? So why don't we just fight? And before you know what is happening, we are still talking about attempts to eradicate the middle class. There will be no middle class anymore. Already we are sweeping under the carpet to look for middle class members. Already you are either poor or you are rich in this country. It's either you have or you don't have. You can't even manage. See what petrol is talking about. See what diesel is saying. Not to now talk of electricity. So you have 10,000 naira. It's not even behaving like 1,000 anymore. It's behaving like 100 naira. Because by the time you calculate everything, you are left with nothing. You're left with nothing, and you start calculating. You are recalculating. You are taking your list. You are striking out. You are amending. You are adding. You are reducing. You are. At the end of the day, you are frustrated. At the end of the day, you are asking yourself, "Did I lose money? What did I buy?" And you can't even buy. I saw a video of a grown guy that was crying in the market because he could not buy 2,200 naira module of rice. Then he said, so he can't even buy anything tangible with 5,000 naira. So what will he eat tonight? Then the guy started crying. I don't believe it was a skit.
No.
Because people feel like that in the market. You see a grown woman, you see you just stand in front of the seller and you are asking, "Hello to the lady," they will tell you. Then you will move back. This one, they will tell you. Even the one that you feel, okay, this one should be cheaper because we hardly eat it, is even. So you are left with nothing. Fish is a no-go area. Momo is very expensive. Meat, chicken. So what are we talking about? So you ask for more money, you are going to spend more. The best thing NLC can ask for is a better economy. A workable economy, a workable situation where you don't have to be rich to live well. You don't have to be extra super rich to put food on your table 3 times a day. Where you don't have to be super rich, you don't have to be a politician to be able to afford sending your children to good schools. You don't have to work in multinational companies before you can afford good things of life. That is the kind of society we should all advocate. That's the kind of society we should all fight for. Not minimum wage increase every time. So since we have been increasing it now, why has it not been enough? Because the society is not working. They give it with one hand, they take it with the other.
With 2 other hands.
If NLC wants to fight, they should think of what to fight for. What they are fighting for is not the right thing. It's not minimum wage increase. And is everybody a civil servant?
Abi.
Is everybody a civil servant? When you hear them talk, when you hear them, they are going on strike, they are talking about civil servants alone. They are not talking about everybody. They are not talking about everyone. They are not talking about all strata of the society. They are talking about themselves alone. And for how long? Before they come back and start asking for another increment. When they were asking for 35,000 naira, they fought tooth and nail to get 35,000 naira. So what will 35,000 naira do for anybody now? What will 35,000 naira do for you now, Tony?
Now, on security matters, the Defense Headquarters has advised terrorists, bandits, and kidnappers to surrender or be killed, warning that there is no third option. This was given during a briefing on Thursday in Abuja. Now, this warning, surrender or be killed, do they tell people, oh, we're going to kidnap you, give us money or we kidnap you? They kidnap, kill, take money, kill, and go around and do stuff. Do we really need to warn criminals? Shouldn't we just come up on them by surprise like they've been doing to other people?
Well, it's military, and we cannot be here to think or assume that we know better. They have their ways of doing things. Just like they can't give some information, they'll tell you some are classified. They tell you some are intelligence reports. Some are you understand. They are security reports. They can't give out how they really want to work most times. But what we can just tell them is we want to see more of their actions, because we really cannot say that they are not working.
Yes.
Because these days I have read they have neutralized, they have killed kingpins, they have neutralized, they have failed attempts. We read them and we are happy and we are very grateful. we appreciate the effort they are putting in. So if they want to warn them to either surrender or be killed, okay, let them hear. So if they want to surrender, what we do after surrendering is another issue entirely. What we do with them, the rehabilitation, the de-radicalization, and what have you that we do with them is still under contention. People are still talking about that. But I think we are still going on with it. We are doing it. They are surrendering, we are forgiving them, and we are rehabilitating them and reintroducing them into the society. I think they even employ some of them. So that's another issue entirely. But the issue here is if they go with the warning, surrender or be killed, they should have an ultimatum for them to surrender. It's not like you are going to leave it open forever. That you surrender. They should have an ultimatum. Okay, before the end of the first quarter of year 2024, surrender or there is going to be an onslaught. Or are we going to, by November this year, we are saying surrender or be killed? What is that supposed to mean? So what would we have achieved? So if you want someone to surrender or be killed, then there should be a timeline. There should be a timeline.
I get that.
Okay, before the first quarter of this year runs out, surrender. Or there's going to be an action taken against you. That is what we want to hear. So maybe if we read further, maybe there's a timeline given there.
Now, the kidnapped passengers of the GIG and ABC buses were freed yesterday in Kogi State. And this is another good one. But thankful that people keep getting their freedom and return.
Freed, released, rescued, escaped. I do not understand. I don't see it. It's good.
That's a question.
It's good that people are coming back. But what is the cost of their coming back? How did they come back? We are not achieving anything if people are having to pay for their freedom. We are not achieving it. We are not. The police is saying it is a crime for you to pay ransom. But what would people do? What would you have people do? What would you have families do? The Ekiti students that were kidnapped, ransom was asked for. And we read the parents trying to raise money. How much was paid, we do not know. But it's funny the way everyone will just keep quiet about that, and they will tell us that they have been released and they are going to be reunited with their families. We are not achieving anything if they are paying to be released. We didn't free them. We didn't rescue them. They paid, and that is the purpose for kidnapping, if it's not an assassination. So who is winning? It's really sad, Tony. It's sad.
Now, the Speaker of the House of Representatives says there has been a rise in defamation campaigns on social media involving the deliberate dissemination of false and misleading information with the intent to harm the reputation of individuals or organizations. These campaigns often target political opponents seeking to undermine These campaigns often target political opponents, seeking to undermine their credibility, integrity, and public trust. The recent unjustified and baseless allegation against the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbadabiamila, points to the danger of an unfettered and unaccountable social media. Such acts not only undermine the integrity of our democracy, but also erode the fabric of our national unity. Yet, Femi is just one of the millions of Nigerians who suffer cyberbullying and coordinated campaigns of defamation daily. Too many victims are not as powerful as him to defend themselves. He goes further to say, I wish to make it categorically clear that the House has no intentions to stifle free speech. Instead, our objective is to protect the dignity of individuals and the integrity of public discourse. While we encourage freedom of expression and constructive dialogue, we must also be wary of the dangers of fake news and campaigns of slander and defamation. He added that comments, especially against the president and senior government officials, has to be constructive and objective, free from slander and defamation. Now, this whole libel, slander, and all of that, I think the reps is moving to strengthen the law on libel and slander, and it's needed at this point.
It is very important. The rate at which people go at people on social media really needs to be checked. Really, if you have your facts, I'm not against anyone revealing anything about anyone. I am not. So far, that thing is important for the society. As a public figure, really, you should know that your life is no longer yours. But there is a limit. They are public figures, yes, but they still have their privacies. And their privacies should still be respected. Their personalities should still... You don't disrespect them because they are public figures. See, if you want to call out a public figure for doing something wrong, you don't have to be disrespectful about it. You don't have to be rude about it. You don't have to be abusive about it. There is that thing that person has done. Why don't you just say it? Okay, as a governor, you are not supposed to do this, but you did it. Mr. Governor, why did you do it? It's different from then our so-called governor at Kinikon. You know, the way they come out, you know that this is, and because it's social media, you don't even know who is talking. We are all age mates on social media. We are all age mates. Somebody will be talking to your papa. You don't even know the person. You don't know the age of that person that is even referring to your papa. It's shameful. It's bad. So if there's anything that can be done to strengthen it, I think I'm all for it. If you defame anyone, if you slander anyone, then you'll be taken up. They should sue, they should charge, they should take it up with anyone. You know, if you want to correct someone, yes, we are doing analysis, you come on air or even anywhere, you come on social media, you call out a government official, you please go ahead and do it. Let us ask them questions. They are answerable, they should be answerable to us. But they are not our footmats.
To step on.
No, they are not. They are not, because if they do, it's the same thing they do to everyone. Even look at the celebrities. It's the same thing they do to them. And they expect them to be mum about it. They expect them to be civil about it. Maybe you call yourself a celebrity. Why are you being abusive? So you that you are not a celebrity, you can abuse. But you expect that person to now keep quiet for you. No. Your action will determine your... People like to gauge reactions and they will forget the action. See, people's reaction should be gauged based on the action that was given out. I will always refer to that Mrs. Dabiri's case. You can't ask her to keep quiet. You can't begin to gauge her own reaction to somebody that just wakes up and decide to call her a stupid woman. No, you can't. You're now expecting her to be civil in her own reply. To be beggarly, yes, to be calm because she's a government official.
And be chill about it.
Has she offended you by being a government official? If she has done something wrong, if they are doing anything, Bajabi Amila, people had issues with him, they had suspicions, yes, say it without being rude. Say it without abusing his person. There were reports or suspicions that you used your office to do job racketeering, to do... Say it. See, bring out... You heard from where? Bring it out.
With your facts and evidence.
With your facts, figures, and evidences, then you ask your questions. See, nobody will say you should keep quiet if you hear anything. So you hear it, you bring it out. Ask your question. And if you know you are sure, you are no longer asking questions, put it to him or her. Without insults, without abuses, without curse words. Because when you begin to go that line, you begin to toe that line, then they have the right also to take it up with you. Even if they have done that thing that you are accusing them of, they can still sue you for abusing their person. They can still sue you for defamation and slander. Why? Because they are government officials.
Now, 4 women and 2 men were docked in a chief magistrate's court for allegedly attacking, assaulting, and blackmailing the popular Nollywood actress Lizzie Anjorin. The police charged them to court with conspiracy, breach of peace, and causing bodily harm. The prosecutor told the court that the 6 defendants and 2 others at large committed the alleged offense on February 5, 2024 at about 1:30 p.m. at Obakintoye Market, Lagos Island. Let me look for what they did. They apparently accused the actress of committing theft.
Is it the 91,000 naira fake alert?
Yes.
Transfer.
Yes. We're not going to discuss so much because it's a case in court.
Yes.
But the part where I'm going to is what you said, that even if you have evidence against someone doing something, present it in such a way that it's not going to be rowdy. It's not going. You don't have to be violent in the way you're doing it. And now they are in court. I don't know what the court is going to rule in their favor or against them.
We will have to wait.
Yes, we'll have to wait. All right. Now we have to move into the world of sports. We've had report of at least 4 persons dying as a result of watching the semi-finals of the AFCON, and we had someone as young as a core member who died yesterday, and I think a lot of people are not aware of their health status, because some people didn't even know. I didn't know anything like that could have happened, that the tension and all of that could have taken lives. So I was really surprised, and I knew things were really tensed that day. I didn't watch the match, but I was shaking, like literally. So I really understand now that maybe those people had health issues that they were not aware of. Some did, some did not, and it's sad that we lost them. And I hope the boys bring the cup. What's your advice?
Well, I think I've said that much, really. If you know that you don't have the heart for it, you know yourself, because it's going to be tension. This Sunday match will be tension soaked, and it's a good one. It's a good tension, really. It's not like there is war. It's not like we are going to the country is going to break or we get into any trouble if we don't win. Are we? We're not in any trouble, for crying out loud. It's just social. Okay, we won AFCON Cup 2024. It's social. Does it add to us?
It doesn't.
What does it add to us?
Bragging rights.
That's it, Tony. That is it. So I think we should just look. See, game, they said you should have the spirit of sportsmanship. It's what they have taught us right from childhood. So if you lose and you cry, our parents will always call you and tell you, I think you are not going to participate in that sport again because you don't have the spirit of sportsmanship. So I've always learned to have the spirit of sportsmanship. So if I know that I can't accept defeat, I don't join it. I don't join that game. I don't. You know, when we were young, we used to do messing. I don't know if you know messing, what messing is about. You'll be messing yourself. You'll be abusing yourselves.
Okay, your mama.
Your mama, yes. You know, I just realized that I didn't like it.
I don't.
Because I am not so abusive. I can't abuse. I can't form abuse. I can't look at you and create an abuse for you. I can't. I'm not that kind of a person. Except I have something physical I can abuse you with. But my parents will always teach you against that. So if I cannot feel that I can see, how will I begin to now create one abuse for you that does not even exist just because we want to mess ourselves and laugh? And you now start messing. I don't stand it. I can't stand it. So I don't do it. So this football, I thought I could do it growing up. So in 1994, USA 94, I thought I could do it. But I realized that I could not do it because we scored and I broke a mirror out of excitement. So at the end of the day, we lost the game. I could not eat at night. I could not. I eventually ate anyway because nobody was going to pity me or even clamor for me to eat. So I later spoke to myself and I went to eat. So this one, that Wednesday, I'd even forgotten there was game. So when it was 6 o'clock, I was watching WhatsApp. I saw statuses. I was like, what time is the match? And people came for me like, Madam BC, at what time? Match is already going on. I said, okay. So I said, I'll just be watching statuses to be saying what. So when we had one goal, I saw it there. I said, okay. So when they equalized or they cancelled I saw somebody put VAR. I said, okay, there's a problem. Later, I knew that there was a problem. Then I told my son that, so they put on the TV and they started watching. I did not watch. I didn't watch. I was in the room. I was on my phone. So when I heard, and that is the end of the first, everything, I was like, Kinogbelo. They said 1-1. I said, penalty. They said yes. I said, okay, this is even worse. I can't do it. So I waited for, I think it was when it was 2-0. That I joined. And I started praying. So when we got 3-2, and the last one gave us 4-2, come and see the way I was. Tony, I am not made for football.
I'm not made for it.
I screamed to the extent that I lost my voice in the room screaming. So I just knew that, see, this is the best I can do. I can't watch from. So now imagine people that were not strong enough, or they didn't even know that their heart could not carry it. See, I read this morning that the deputy, is it vice bossa or something? Kwara State University died. They even said one billionaire died in Cameroon too. Nigerian man. A very rich man. They said one politician died. Former aide to former President Goodluck Jonathan. And look at that core member that died too. I can't say just because it's not just because.
It's not just because.
But it's not worth it. It's so sad. Even the boys that won are now sad. The boys that won, and I saw where they were giving their 1 minute silence to. They are now sad. Because it's like it's on them. So please, you know yourself. If you can't watch it, wait until we are done. So those who watch, I said if, but when we win. It's not if we win.
When?
It's when we win. After we must have won. Then you come out and scream all you can. Shout all you can. Dance all you can. But please, if you cannot, you know, some people, I saw statuses, BP, is that you?
I saw people saying, "No, God, blow trumpet. It better me blow trumpet than me them win us."
Because the tension was high and it's going to be higher. This one is going to be higher. It's the final. So please, I'm appealing to you. I don't know if it's the same feeling if you hear after that they have won. But you want to watch it. If you can't, don't watch it. Life is sweet. We are still here.
Yes, so.
They have won semi-final now. Has anything changed in our economy? Has the price of petrol gone down?
Well,
so if they win on Sunday, may it translate into something good for the economy.
Amen.
But please, my dear brothers and sisters, my daddies and my mommies, Omola say they play. Omola, be positive.
Our president
be optimistic. Yes, be very, very optimistic. You understand my point, Tony. So please, let's just stay away. Stay away. Just get yourself something good to eat and drink while people are watching. So when they are done, you can just watch your status, watch your WhatsApp, go on Facebook. You will see X. Go on X. You will see people. You will see comments. People run commentaries on these places.
Yes.
So God, please
go
follow the
go
commentaries.
to the X platform. You're going to even be calm.
Follow the commentaries. Don't watch it. Just stay and be alive. Let's be alive to celebrate it, because we are going to celebrate on Sunday. So let's be alive to celebrate. That Wednesday night we were all so happy. I was too happy. Like, in fact, you know the question my son even asked me that this cup now. He said this cup, and I saw the sincerity in his eyes because he was sincerely happy. So he said, on Sunday, if we win the cup, are they going to give everybody money? No, that it's for the boys that will win. He said, okay, but we are happy. I said, we are very happy, but it's for Nigeria, so we are happy. It's for us.
You know, I was reminded once again, the last time Nigeria was at the finals of the World Cup, I remember that I think I was still in primary school. I woke up early in the morning. It was a Saturday. I woke up early in the morning to watch the match. My dad was surprised. I was like, what are you doing? I said, I want to watch. I know Nigeria will win. And we didn't win, and I was crying. It felt so bad for me. I was really crying. So since then, I don't watch any match. But I was also invested in this one, and I'm still invested. I'm going to be praying for the boys. So while you people are watching, I will be praying because I can't watch. I sincerely can't take it. But I'm hoping for the cup. Now, we're not the only ones. While we're rejoicing, trust the bans to be going on social media. Now, some fans in South Africa are saying to our goalkeeper, Nwabali, not to come back. You know, he plays for a South African club. So they are saying not to come back. And now, we are having some Nigerian students saying they are going to boycott some South African businesses and all of that. I think both the government in both countries should address it. It's just sports. He has to play for his homeland.
You know, we saw that warning from the High Commission, but we could not authenticate it really. But I think it's even if it was if it did not originate from the High Commission, I think it's a good one. We have to tell our people there. We should not forget xenophobia very easily. We should not forget it quickly.
Rejoice with sense.
Celebrate with moderation. Celebrate with sense. I actually saw a picture of some South African students celebrating with a Nigerian teacher. Yes, he wore a mascot. He wore a Nigerian mascot, and they actually lined up for him. So he walked between them, and they were hailing. They were happy. That's a good one.
Yes.
But it might not be same wherever you are. So watch your environment. If your celebration is going to cost you, do not. Go to your Nigerian society. Go to your community. Be with your people before you begin to rejoice, before you begin to celebrate. And celebrate with sense. Celebrate with sense. Because you are in their land. It's sport, yes, but some people are extremists. We have people that we have had people killing people because of sport at viewing centers. Yes, Tony.
Yes, sir. I agree with you.
So please, it's not now. That's even club. You are this, I'm this. Your club is winning, my club is losing. They fight, they stab themselves, they die. Now this is country versus country, and you are in their country. So softly.
Now, the football guys are not the only ones making us proud. Nigeria's women's basketball team, the Tigers, defeated Senegal 72-65 on Thursday to win its first game in Group A at the FIBA Women's Olympic qualifying event in Antwerp, Belgium. The game saw the Afro-basketball champions take the lead in the first quarter 2018, but trailed Senegal 37-46 in the second quarter. Senegal maintained the lead at 57-49 at the end of the third quarter, trailing 57-49, heading into the last minute, looking low on energy. Nigeria dug D. Now, this is another good one that our teams, our girls, our boys are making us proud. And now the team will meet the United States on Friday, facing Belgium on Sunday, and we're going to be rooting for them all together.
You forgot to mention that I read the presidency said
our local.
No, Shetima's presence, the vice president's presence at. When I read it, I just laughed. I said, okay, well, it probably had something to do with their morale, really. It has a way of boosting you. I saw Canon Wako too, in their dressing room. So, which means it was at the stadium too. I think Okocha was there too. Was it Okocha I saw in the dressing room?
No,
yes.
Then
I think it was Okocha. Dapo Abiodun was there. Our vice president was there. Canon Wako was there. Okocha was there. Alex Iwobi was hugging Osime. I think this morale booster has really worked. It was good, and I would not disagree with the presidency that but it's good. I think it's nice. He was there to heal them on, and we won.
The national chairman of the APC also said that their victory indicates the new what's the slogan for the president? The new agenda. What's the agenda?
Oh,
renewed hope agenda. Yes, so that the victory is another is an evidence of the renewed hope agenda, and everybody with their own narrative just to suit them. But
yes, call it anything. We won, and we are hoping to win on Sunday.
And we hope to keep winning.
So whatever you want to attribute it to, go ahead.
All right, now generator fumes kills 2 Kogi police students. 2 students of Kogi State Polytechnic have died after inhaling fumes from a power generating set placed close to the window of their apartment overnight. The State Public Relations Officer, SP Williams Ovie, confirmed this in a telephone interview with Punch correspondent on Thursday. He said that the deceased were identified. Now they were 20 years old. According to him, the generator set was placed close to the window of the victims. They slept off and died before daybreak. This is a sad one that we all have to learn from. While the bants were going on about Nigeria winning the South African football team, there was this thing that started trending online, Generator Republic. Nigeria is one country that more than half of us use generators, whether we like it or not. And I think a lot of us tend to forget that we have to apply safety. We're so used to having our generators on that we don't even care where the fumes are facing, whether they are facing us. And then sometimes we even sleep off. And then boom, this happened. It's sad that these young ones had to lose their lives, but this thing that could have been avoided. But I am going to allow you to talk on this. Also I heard that there's this thing young people take that they say, I don't smoke, but I take shisha. And I saw an analysis from a medical practitioner who said shisha is also as dangerous as smoking tobacco, because it's like you put generator fume and you're just inhaling it.
That's not new. That's what
a lot of them don't even know.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've learned. So I know better than to think you don't smoke or you take shisha. They tell you shisha is softer. That's why girls. That's why it's women. Now some even give children. Yes, they give children. I've seen videos of children taking it. So they think it's softer and it's flavored, but it's just flavored cigarettes that you're taking it. So that's about that. The generator issue. I care, really. I care about where my generator faces. I care about where the fume is going. I care about what I put in it. I care about how close it is to any open fire. I care. I care about my phones when I'm going to the generator. I care about it. So you can't say that we don't care. We should care. You should care if you are going to put on your generator. I even don't put on my generator to sleep. I don't. I can't. Maybe for now. I don't think I can do it.
Nah. Not even now that I feel you.
I won't be able, I don't even think I'll... See, the thought of I'm still going to even have to go and put it off. It will not even make me sleep. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
If it's on, we are doing whatever we want to do. We are watching TV. Everyone is busy. Everyone knows that except we run out of fuel and it just dies by itself, then you leave it. But if it doesn't, we have to go out to put it off. Then you will put it. You can't sleep on your gen. I can't sleep on it. So this idea of people now, they are not even just sleeping with the gen on. They are even putting it in an enclosed place. You know, some people actually put it on their veranda. Some people even put it in one of the rooms.
One of the
How
rooms.
can you do that? How can you do that? In this day and age that anything can explode, we have to be deliberate about these things. We have to care. And you know that everything is substandard. Even the petrol you are buying, you can't vouch for it. The generator you are using, you don't know the quality. So you now want to just risk your life because you want to put on generator. Okay, that you are sleeping now. You want to put on your fan. Abi, you want to put on AC.
There's no heat that much safe.
Is it worth it? Why can't you just throw open your blinds? Why can't you just open your windows? Roll your blinds. Let fresh air come in until they bring light. That is if they bring it. And if they don't bring it, you will wake up. Is it not better? And you don't even have a security guard that is supposed to be watching the generator while you sleep. What sense that even makes, I don't know. Because the security guard now is not supposed to sleep at.
That is work.
He should wake up while everybody is sleeping. You expect him to wake up from 9 to 5. Because he's your security guard. And you want to put your life in his hands. Doesn't make much sense to me. It does not. Except for those that are using big generators that, is safe. It can carry a lot of things and it's not stressed. And, we can say, okay, put it on till maybe 3 or 4, then you put it off. But if you are using all these small ones like we are using, you better be careful. Put it off, go and sleep. If NEPA brings their light, you continue with your fan or your AC. And you sleep, good sleep.
Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission has vowed to resist any attempt or threat by business operators to close any food market over instability in the price of commodities. The commission warned dealers caught hoarding food items in the city will face dire consequences if they do not desist from the act that is capable of worsening the difficult food inflation. The agency's warning came barely 24 hours after the Single Market Traders Association threatened to shut down the entire section of the market. The market union, who lamented undue pressure on its members from the government and the public over the hyper cost of food items and provisions, said they would rather prefer to keep their goods deposited in the stores. I really am confused. So you will not sell?
Because of the price. I think it pays some of these traders.
Not to sell.
Yeah, it pays them. They probably would have checked the expiry dates, or they will just. Some people don't even mind losing the goods. Some don't even mind it rotting. Because you know why I conclude like that is, if you see these people selling banana and plantain. Even you said
I see them and I'm like, why?
You are selling mango.
And you will not sell it.
And you will not sell it quickly. So you prefer for it to rot. And it's not like they are going to make juice with it. It's not like they are going to they are using it for anything again. Yes, let's even say plantain they can sell to those selling the dodokiri. But how many it gets wasted. See vegetables too. I've seen market women who just drop their vegetables and go back to the villages if they don't sell. And they would have seen people that had priced it earlier. They would have seen people, you call it 250, and 200. You say no, it's 250 or 300. At the end of the day, when they are going back to their farms, they will now do their costs. Okay, instead of transporting vegetable back, let me just leave it. Then they will leave it. You see them there, Bodija market. The owner would have gone. They will just leave it for whoever is beside. Then they will collect money the next time. And that one, if that one does not sell it, he or she will take whichever one he or she will need and leave the rest, or they give it out. So I think they prefer that to the option of selling it at whatever price people call it. Yes, I know that, okay, you are probably not going to be able to make enough profit, or the expected profit. But which is better? Which is better? Sometimes you just have to, and I like some traders that will tell you, because you will see some people, you will call it 1,000 for them, they will not even price it. They will buy. Some people will come, that same thing that you have sold for 1,000 for somebody, that you yourself, you know that the price is 600 naira. And at 600 naira, you are already making 100 or 150 profit. And somebody will now come and tell you, they buy 400, they buy 500, you refuse. Forgetting that you have sold that same thing at a higher price. See, this is common sense, it's logic.
And they will really tell you, of
course, if you don't want to buy, you go. If you don't want to buy, you go now. You can't sleep there. So they are only advising you. But really, Tony, on a very serious note, we have to do our calculations right. Which one? Our people will say, Toro to ya, also do Sisi don't follow. If that money comes, you have it. You don't make much profit that you expect today. The next market day, you are probably going to make more. You call price for some people don't know how to price. Me, I don't know how to price too much. My mommy taught me, you have it. I'm always afraid to have it.
So I don't have that conscience. My sister still told me this week.
I'm always afraid.
Marabel, to make 1,000 to pay 500.
I pity them.
Why? How?
Because I don't believe that somebody can call something you can sell for 500 for me 1,000. But you know people do it. So I'm always surprised when my mommy house it and they are like, so this is the amount you could have sold it before. Because if you call something 1,000 for me, I'm probably going to say 700. I'll be looking at your reaction. 700. Once you agree to, once I'm able to get to 700 or 650, I'm okay. I've done so well for myself. I will be very happy. I'll tell them, no, not knowing that they have duped me. But honestly, Tony, I think we have to learn to manage ourselves and be considerate. You see people that you will make much from some people, you make less from some people, then you just add it together. Join the profits. You understand? You have made 500 from A, you made 200 from B, you made 700 from C, you made 100 from you didn't even make anything from Q. Just you add it together. You add it together. The next day you just believe that it's going to be better.
Now the Director General of NAFDAC has said it is important to clarify the implementation of the ban on alcohol in sachet and small volume PET and glass bottles was not hasty. It is in line with the 5-year phase-out plan of the affected presentations of alcoholic beverage, which started in January 2019 and ended on January 31st, 2024. The 5-year period granted to the industry stakeholders was a practical, reasonable, and sufficient time to full compliance with the phase-out of the production of alcoholic beverages in sachet and small volume PET and glass bottles below 200 ml. For the avoidance of doubt, it is important to emphasize that the ban only affects alcoholic beverages in sachet and small volume PET and glass bottles. Other presentation of alcoholic beverages are not affected by the ban and therefore are still permitted for manufacture, importation, distribution, sale, and use in Nigeria. So now, other presentation of alcoholic beverages are not banned. It's just that one, but I still don't get what this is supposed to achieve. The ban, I don't get what it's supposed to achieve because people will still find a way to drink.
I think they want to reduce access. I think, honestly, I think it's access. I've not read it. I don't even know why. I don't know the reason.
I can't see the reason.
I don't know the reason, but personally, I think it will reduce access, and it's probably good because once everyone can access it, even the young ones can access it. The drivers, everyone is just, you're not buying the big one, you're just buying the pelebe, you're buying the sachet. You know, I didn't seen whiskey. This Irish cream, I didn't seen it.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, that's the height of it. That's the height of it, really. So you can just, with 200 naira, you are drinking Irish cream. You understand? So with 200 naira, you are drinking your whiskey, you are drinking all the ugoro. So I think it can only reduce access, but the who's and has about it is what I really do not understand. Yes, when we want to look at this ban, we have to be holistic about it, because some people work there. This ban will definitely affect some people's livelihoods. That's where some people work. That's what some people do in these companies. So if you are no longer producing in sachets and small quantity PET bottles, then some people will lose their jobs. So aside that, I think we should just find a way around it. The reason, the motive might be good, but how do we go about it? Why did we even start it in the first place? You know, this society, I was still telling my husband, I think last week, that they have reduced this society to sachet and nylons. Everything is in small sachets. You go to supermarkets now, they are selling milk in small sachets, they are selling tea in small sachets. 3-in-1s is now plenty. Why? It risks poverty. It only means that we can't afford the big ones. Because if you really want to drink, they have said now that they have not banned the big ones. If you really want to drink, buy a bottle. Keep it in the house. Why can't you buy a bottle? Because you can't afford it. Now you are buying rolls of tea. You are buying rolls of milk. You are buying rolls of grains and cereals. Because you can't afford the big ones. Look at sachet water. They have even reduced the quantity of that one. It's now 16 in a bag. 16 pieces. And see, when did we start this sachet water too? Because people could not afford bottled water. And they saw that, okay, ice water was too low for them. So they said, okay, if you want to be in between, then you buy. How pure is the water? So it's I don't think it's really good for our economy. I don't think so, because I personally don't like it. Why will you be buying everything in sachet? They just cut it and they start drinking, and before you know it, they have consumed alcohol. Their mouth smelling like.
That's annoying. You know,
before you know it, a bike man is carrying you, and the next thing is tearing. You are drinking. That's it. A cab driver is.
He just speaks and I'm like,
The accessibility is wrong for me. Honestly, I don't like the accessibility too. If you really want to buy it, go and buy it and keep it in the house. You know, it will be rare for you to now be carrying a big bottle of whiskey in your taxi as a taxi driver or a bike man. So if you want to drink, you either wait until you get home, or you drink before you leave the house, or you put some in your bottle.
Why are you drinking and working?
Well,
is the weather in the country that cold?
That is another issue entirely. See, even when it is fire, some people will still smoke and drink. Some people will still smoke when you are removing clothes like this for fresh air to come in. Some people will be burnt. They will be drinking and be smoking. So it's not about weather for us here.
I will move into the world of entertainment. Harvey Manson Jr., the CEO of the Recording Academy, the organizing body for the Grammy Awards, has revealed how winners are selected for the prestigious music award. This comes in the wake of the controversy surrounding the 2024 Grammy Awards, where several Nigerian artists, including Burna Boy, that Davido, Ashake, and Ira Star could not secure a win in their respective categories. Addressing the concerns in a viral video, Mason said that Grammy winners are chosen based on votes from members of the Recording Academy, who are music professionals in the United States. He said you have to understand that the only way to win is to have the member of the Academy vote for you. To be a member of the Academy, you have to be a professional working in music in the United States for now. Hopefully we grow that. But right now, if you're working professionally in the United States, you can become a member of the Recording Academy. Once you are a member of the Recording Academy, all the music is submitted. The members listen to it and they evaluate it on the quality of the art, not the sales, not the streams, not how many fans, but purely on the opinion. It is very hard, as you all know, because it is subjective. It is no best song or best record. It is just the opinion of the membership of that particular year. That is how you win a Grammy.
Yes.
The voters vote. There is no committee, no journalist, and there are no labels. Bam. Now, this is not the first time the Grammys are going to be called out. I am a member of a boy group that has been used as the headline for this award for. I am a fan of a boy group,
Okay, I
not
was
a
going
member.
to ask.
Sorry.
I was going
You
to
get
ask. That's the way I looked at you. What boy group?
It's just the morale, the passion for those boys. But let's move on now. They've always been the headline for this award, and they've not won any. They've just been nominated for years. In fact, they had the best performance in 2022. But the fans decided to boycott the show and they stopped watching. Now, the boys are doing their military enlistment in South Korea. So now, Nigerians were the major face for the whole this thing. And now, they've always called them out, but this is the first time they are properly explaining. I'm seeing an explanation on how the votes are being carried out. And this is to show the power of Nigerians.
If Nigerians drag you,
if they mean you
will be dragged.
I know.
You know, I saw the video where he was explaining, and I was like, Nigerians, you will explain tire. It's honestly because they really came for them. But I think I bought his explanation. He wasn't trying to justify it. And he himself agreed that it's subjective. It is the opinion. See, once you are lucky enough to have members vote for you, that's just it. That's just it. And you can honestly understand why they probably voted for this Tyler. You probably would understand. Yes, she's young. Yes, it's our first. And yes, and we like her song. The song, yes, we saw the video when it just came out, and we were looking at it.
Even their president, the South African president, I saw him
dancing to it before the Grammy.
No,
after the Grammy. Okay, so I think they had their reasons, and we just let them rest. Really, at least we have thrashed them.
Yes, they can drink the Grammy water now.
Of course. So we got back. We got back at them.
While the video said, being nominated alone is enough to make me proud of myself. I just want my song to be heard on radio once or twice.
And we are proud of him.
But for it to transcend to this is just amazing and God's doing. I was on the phone with my dad yesterday and he was like, son, no matter what happens, you are still a legend. So yeah, he's a big fan.
Yes, and we all are fans, and we are loving our boys and our girls, and we are appreciating them. If they don't win the Grammy this year, we go at it again next year.
Yes, so and we're going to win next year.
We don't go down like that. Nigerians don't go down like that.
So we don't. Now, I saw a video. I wasn't going to address it, but I need you to, because you're a mother, so I'm sure you'll be able to do justice to this, and also you're a Yoruba woman.
Hopefully.
Now, I saw a video. One lady was playing an audio on a live chat, and I was wondering what it was. I was going to scroll past, but I decided to just wait and listen. And then she was playing an audio, I think a call from Mohbad's mom to someone, and then she was like, "Ekpele, you say you're looking for justice for Mohbad, but you're just chasing clout and all of that. You should allow my son to be buried. I don't know. You're saying you're chasing blah blah blah." She was like, "Okay, ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ìyàwó oníyàwó lèmi. Pé àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn gan pé ṣé wọ́n pé kì í ṣe ọmọ ẹ̀. I don't know if this means you've denied the children before, since they are my children, so they are not your children. But listening to that, it made me feel like she was being sarcastic. That how can you say? Because she was like, "Ẹ máa sọ pé ọmọ yín ni pé bàbá ò ló máa fi ọmọ ẹ̀ kú pé ó ń ṣe gbogbo kìíní yẹn lórí internet bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ wántí pé ẹ pé kì í ṣe ọmọ ẹ̀." So they were now like, she said that Mohbad is not the man's son and that he's someone else's son. But me, I saw it as sarcasm. I saw it as a mother being, she was just pained.
She's angry and then. Well, the first is, have we been able to authenticate the voice? Was that Mohbad's mom really? Now, if it was Mohbad's mother's voice, then she probably, you can't conclude for her because see, a woman cannot, you can't joke with the fact that the father of your child is not the father of your child. That's not a subject you want to joke with. And even if you are angry, there is a way you will coin it. If you are going to allude to the fact that the man had not been responsible to be a father, you just say, how much of a father were you to them? You know, it's different from so if you are asking which means probably there is an understanding between the both of you that you had been keeping secrets all this while. So maybe the man's recent outburst and the way he's going about the whole thing is now really what is pissing the woman off. Because a lot of people have asked this question, that this man is not really behaving like a man that just lost his son. And Mohbad is not just a son to you. It's like the star of your life. So I don't know why he had been behaving the way he's going about. I do not understand it too. But I do not think a woman would say such if she didn't mean it. So whatever she means or whatever she meant, they will probably, because if the man is, the way she said it was like he knows. So it's not like she wasn't revealing.
Yes, it wasn't like a revelation.
She wasn't revealing that no. She said so it's like so I think they should, if they want us, and I don't even know why they should explain to us, but since they have made it our business, the case is ongoing. If they really want us to know about it, to hear about it, and be the judge of it, I think they should address it more, because that would make a lot of sense. It will make us understand more. Because this man is asking for Mohbad's son's DNA.
Yeah, in that audio, she also said, "Then lost with DNA, DNA no fair."
So if he's asking for the DNA of his grandchild, a DNA test for his grandchild, then we should be able to establish if it's really, really legal, or if it's a legitimate quest on his part. Because if he's not the father of Mohbad, then he doesn't have any right to be asking for the DNA test.
Now, updates. There was a woman in Anambra State, or there is a woman in Anambra State who assaulted a child who was working for her. The update on the case of a young girl.
The hot knife woman.
No, this one is even another one.
You know the hot knife woman?
Yes. Okay. Update on the young girl. Both the husband and the corporate will sign an undertaking with, I think, the Anambra State government. Yes. That they won't take any underage house help. That in lieu of court processes against her, considering that we have agreed to take into cognizance the fact that she is breastfeeding, and that none of our family members is in support of her, but are grateful to us, that she should open a fixed deposit of 2 million naira with the victim as the beneficiary, with which she will access on turning 18. Failing to do this, she shall start her prosecution. Eventually, they settled for the sum of 500,000 naira. By next week Saturday, we shall effect it. We eventually had a meeting with the DPO to have this ratified. Now see the picture of this child. 500,000 naira is what the child collected.
What did she do to the child?
She beat the child me.
Like this?
Yes, like this.
How old is the child?
This child should not be older
7, 8, 9, 10.
Then that knife. I saw pictures and videos from that child. I don't know. I can't even express how I felt. And I'm like, why? If you can't stand other people's children, why have them around? If you need somebody to come and work in your house, have someone who will come in one day, clean, do everything you want them to do, cook, put the food in your freezer, and they would leave. They won't have to stay in your house. If you know you can't stand other people, why do you bring other people's children into your house only to brutalize them and to make them live lives that you won't even have your own children to live? I can't fathom it at all.
It's not something you even want to think about, really, because if you can look at a child, and you can hurt a child like this, and they said she's breastfeeding, so she's a mother herself, and she would not be able to do this to her own child, but she would look at other people's children because they are working for her. And I honestly do not even understand this child labor act, this child slavery that we are even talking about, when we still go around and you still see people whose housemates are still underage. I don't know what we are doing about it. You go to people's houses, you see children, you see them having maids, children that are supposed to even still be catered for, are the ones catering for their own children. A child that you still be bathing is bathing children.
He's going to the market.
A child that is supposed to still be sleeping is waking up at 4, 5 a.m.
For you and your children.
Haba. I know what it takes me to wake my children every morning. But now to have a maid of that age, you know you don't have to wake a maid. You expect him or her to wake up by him or herself.
I should make you.
But it's just wickedness. I don't know where it's coming from in their hearts. I do not know.
You know that waking of a thing? I was in secondary school and I just heard one of our teachers brutalized someone who was staying. We formed a song for that woman, and it was even students that rescued that young lady. She's always waking up early to cook and all of that. A very small girl. And then they saw that she had a very big bruise on her hand. And then they checked. They found out that it was hot oil. The girl had woken up, I think around 5. She was cooking. She was frying plantain. And I think she was still off. Yes. So the woman came, and I think she poured, she used the hot spoon that was inside the frying pan on her hand to wake her up. So I think, and she didn't cater to the injury. It was students who saw, and some of our seniors took her to the dispensary, cleaned her up, hid her, and found a way to get her out of the school because we were staying in a boarding school. And then I was hearing this song, Oh Fishy Jijo Molomo, and they were singing it around the whole school. And the students were cursing her that she wasn't going to give birth. When they even heard that one of our children died, they went faced because she was wicked to someone else's child. Imagine it's we kids that had to rescue another of our own from a person that's supposed to look after other people's children.
I know it's so funny that some parents actually they give birth with the intent of giving up these children as maids. You know, they have children because they want to use them as maids. And it's funny that they are the ones collecting these monies.
Yes.
The parents are the ones or their guardians. Guardians are the ones collecting their salaries.
Or the brokers that bring them to you.
So they just put them there to be suffering. So whatever that one is going through, they don't care. They don't even want to listen. Your madam is this, your madam is that. They will even plan to take that child from that place and go and put him or her in another place. Not minding what the child is going through. I think it's wickedness, and the government should just look into it. They should look into it well. We should stop paying service to this issue of child labor. How would you have your own children and all you have in mind is to give those children out as maids, as slaves? It's not it. Children need their parents. They need their parents. My dad growing up, he didn't even like us going anywhere. He didn't like us. See, when we insisted I want to go for holiday, we say, okay, just don't come back and tell me anything. You are not supposed to come back and tell my daddy anything, no. So if you see anything there that you don't like, see, it's my mommy will do Bebo for. They will just say it. Don't tell him. Then we'll come back. Is the next time they will offer that will say no, we are not going. My mother will say,
you see something there.
So it didn't even. So I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it, and we all pray that we don't have problems in life that will force us to start hanging our children around. It's not something you want to pray for. Not to now talk of you even having it in your mind, that okay, once you start growing, once you are 10, you are going to Baba Yakinik's house. Once you are 11, you are going to. Why now? Why? You are robbing these children of their childhood. You are robbing them of everything that should come with their childhood. You are making them grow.
Children that should be allowed to play and
they can't play. Then you will see the maid, small girl like this, sitting in the kitchen, watching the children of the house playing around.
And when your children make mistakes, it is that maid that will still collect.
He or she wants to play too, but they can't because they are maids. It's very, very unfair, really. That's just what I will say. It's unfair.
Now, a commendation to the Nigerian Police, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Ebetoko, has commended the officer in charge of the police tactical team attached to Area K, Lagos State, SP Rilwan Kasumu, and team for rejecting the sum of 4 million naira bribe while investigating a case of drug peddling and unlawful possession of ammunition. This is a good one, that we still have people in the Nigerian police force that are honest people that you can rely on to do their job and not being compromised.
Yes, we always say that there are some bad eggs. So that means the bad eggs are some, not all of them. So we still have people that will reject bribes, and we still have people that will still commit themselves to carrying out their duties without any form of compensation from you. Some will not even receive any form of gratification after doing their jobs. Appreciation, no, they will tell you not to worry, not to bother, just yes, that's it.
Now we will take comments from our Telegram platform. Josh Anis says, as regards award, it's always contestable. No matter who wins or didn't win. Look at the Ballon d'Or every year. It's always, this player deserves it more than this. Even FIFA the best awards. The Puskás awards, even the Nobel, all these major awards, there's always people at extreme ends debating and arguing about who deserves it and who does not. So the winner is winner Jare. Alright, I'm grateful, says the late Professor Filani also died some years back shortly after watching Nigeria's match. Now, Nana Mbeme says, please, someone should advise the president not to bother supporting the Super Eagles as they have been this far without his support. My reason for the advice is not to have a repeat of last AFCON when former President Buhari threw his weight behind Super Eagles and the rest, as we remember, was history. Perhaps he should reserve his whatever support or praises till after Eagles have lifted the trophy, because it's obvious they will surely do. And Adebayo Olaotijob says, what do you mean? It is our turn. Calm down. Our local. Elofoko Bale. Alright. Atifoko Bale. Why? And Adebayo Olaotijob says, good morning, Petals family. It seems there is a strong spirit behind football. My advice, football lovers should always check their blood pressure before, during, and after football matches. It's really sad that some people died watching Nigeria-South Africa match. May their souls rest in peace. May Almighty God console their relations. Amen. And Josh Anis and TBC, it's not only passion that makes people lose their lives these days. Betting on games has increased astronomically vis-a-vis the intensity and pressure on people. The fact that you're about to lose a lot of money, depending on how much you're putting on a bet, the betting factor is also a big consideration. He also says, I totally agree with Auntie BC. When a ransom was paid to get a kidnapped victim released, that is not a victory. In fact, it is an incentive for the kidnappers to do more. When the security operatives come out and talked about the releases, they don't give the full information. They only acknowledge the releases. But what's the nature of the releases? If a ransom has been paid, then it's a joke and a lie to call that a release. Mr. Adediran, loan facility to farmers in Oyo State by the Oyo State government is timely as well as commendable in order to enhance food security, good road network, and farmers' safety must be embraced. True. And on this note, we will throw open the phone lines. Don't forget there's been a change in one of our numbers. It is now 08022889507. 08022889507, and the other line to call as usual 09153029992. Those are the numbers to call this morning. Please keep pressing your keypads to send in the calls. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. 09153029992. 08022889507. Hello, good morning.
Is anyone there?
08022889507. 09153029992. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
I'm Lawrence from University.
Go ahead, Mr.
I believe the title will be done.
The what?
NLC.
It looks like it's familiar, but I don't know. Are you there is an energy and then I think that was better. So I think it is very
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. For those who still want to drop comments on the Telegram especially, you can still go ahead and do that.
We will still take them. There's still time for you. This is your time now.
Just the Telegram. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Ajide from Ikolaba.
Yes, now, Madam, you talked about fashion the other time, and it shows how much our economy has been thrived over the years. Yes, before, those things were not as rampant as before, that it is right now. Even when people go to the market, then they want to go and buy meat, they cut big meat. But retailers now are now complaining that people no longer patronize them. Thank God we have this roasted fish, this journey that they used to try. Now, people, when we were younger, I've not seen where they try from out before. Not until last 2-3 years that they from a big bed to be too soaking in dry water. The economy of this country is diving day by day, and we have our politicians getting richer day by day. I think there's more to this thing than just sitting in the office and distributing goods. I mean, something needs to be done urgently. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Judy.
you.
08022889507. 09153029992. Let me check if we still have more comments. Alright, while we're waiting for the calls, I saw a video earlier this week of actor Kanayo telling parents to question their children, question where their wealth is coming from. He said, your daughter is 20 years old. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Ola from Ojo Ibadan.
Go ahead,
I
sir.
think the NLC should continue with their strike if the government did not listen to them. The hardship on the land is unprecedented. We have never witnessed the kind of hunger Nigerians are witnessing now. My question is, the spokesmen of the president have been saying, even before the election, that the president prepared for 20 years. What is the effect of that 20 years now? The president prepared to grab power, not for good governance. Nigeria should stop people who are deceitful. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you. On the story I was going to read out to you, he said, your daughter is 20 years old. She know the work. She carry phone of 15 million naira. And you are jubilating. Praise the Lord. My daughter has brought a phone. She now dashes you 100k, 200k, and you did not ask questions. You will not live long. This is what is killing a lot of parents. Their son who is not working comes home with some kind of money, some kind of car, and you do not ask questions. I am warning you, parents. You do not know who your son kills to buy that car. You do not know which devil your daughter collected that money from, and you praise God and accept whatever she brings. Parents, this is a warning I'm giving you. This is why most of us are dying young. And I very much agree with him.
Yeah, the society has changed. When I would say when we were growing, I'm still growing anyway, but when we were younger, our parents would say, that means your child is not a dry cleaner and is bringing home clothes and you don't bother to ask. See, it's when we don't have the society, our association of Yahoo boys mothers.
We do.
You've not heard it before. They have their association. They have their clique. Yes, they are all boys mothers, and we even have parents. We have read of a woman that said, okay, they will take the boy to one but
That's terrible.
So what are you saying, Tony? Your child is in secondary school or even higher institution and is buying a Benz, and you don't bother to ask. Some know. They know where they are getting money from. So, okay, what of those that are even taking their children to go and do juju on the Oyimbos so that they can do their Yahoo very well? So it's not like some parents don't know. They know. I saw a video. The woman and the husband they were crying because the boy bought, I think, Lexus. I think 5 million naira car. He bought the car. Secondary school, one small boy like this. So the mother was crying, rolling on the floor, asking them to go and ask him where he got money from. Where did he get money from? And the video was on. The man was shouting. The mother was crying, rolling on the floor, dragging the boy. And I think the boy has a girlfriend. So they asked the girl, what job is he doing? She said, work is work. And if she's working.
I remember my brother bringing a spoon home when we were in primary school.
Yes.
And my mom beat him.
It was that good.
I was like, it's a mistake. She said,
you don't come back.
Doesn't he know his proper? That means he's using people's stuff in school.
You don't come back with a pencil that is not your own.
You will return it with double to show that you are not supposed to carry it. I hope we all do better. We're still taking calls. 08022889507 08022889507 09153029992. And do not forget that your advert placement and inquiries can come in through 070-555-66624. For those of you who want to drop comments still, the handle on Telegram is official Maestro Petals. The studio lines once again 09153029992 08022889507. I think the networks, they are not. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Anywhere you're calling from?
This is Joshua speaking from Ibadan.
Go on, Mr. Joshua.
Yes, are telling the story of this young boy that bought a car that you are talking about now. It's good what the parents do. It's very, very good. I appreciate those parents. And the aspect of the girl that was beaten brutally by his madam, the woman needs to face the law. It's not by maybe you are taking money from the woman that you should not go and face the law. Let her face the law. Let the law take its place. Thank you. That is what I have to say.
Thank you. 09153029992 08022889507. I think the networks aren't so nice, so maybe we would wrap up at this point. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. I think we'll just wrap up now. Many thanks to everyone who has been a part of the show. Thank you for your time. You're a delight to have on the show. Thank you. We will be back here next week, and of course, we'll be launching the live chat on Telegram from next week, Friday. Please do well to join us. My name is Tony Adeoye, and Adebusi Ogunjimi says bye.
Bye.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you for watching. Bye.